गुरुभ्यो नमः। जय श्रीमन्नारायण, जय श्री वरदराजा, श्री प्रणतार्ति हराय नमः। हर हर महादेवा, भारत माता की जय. So my last video was about the distractions that have been happening in Sri Varadharaja Swami temple for the last 4 or 5 months, and how these distractions are causing agama violations, heritage violations, and the High Court of Madras High Court, disposing a judgment saying, for so long, for all the works that have been carried out, no expert has explicitly visited the temple, no expert of archaeology department, no agama expert has visited the temple for so long, even though the constructions were so massive, permanent damages, permanent constructions are being carried out, even though such works are being taken care, no agama expert, no archaeology expert, they have not just visited the temple, they haven't even been present in the committee which signed all this. The High Court noticed this. There is a committee which will sit in an AC room. The temple will send PPT presentations to this committee. This PPT is supposed to contain every information regarding the works that is being carried out. This committee will sit in that AC room. They will see the PPT presentations which the temple is sending, and they will agree. Even considering this committee which sat in an AC room didn't have an serving archaeology member, didn't have a Pancharatra Agama expert, where the expected work is such an archaeology expert, such an Agama expert should have visited the temple, considering this temple is 1500 years or 2000 years old temple. They should have visited. Chalo, they have not visited. Okay, such destructions have happened. Okay, now I will send an expert. This is what the Madras High Court said. Let an expert come, let an expert visit, let them see what are all the things that has already happened, what are all the things that is supposed to happen, what are all the agama violations in things that has happened and that is supposed to happen, what are all the heritage destructions that has happened and supposed to happen. Let the team at least visit now, let them survey, let them hear the opinions of the bhaktas of the temple, let them consider all these opinions, let them also survey it physically, then come to a conclusion what can be done, what can't be done, what has to be reverted, and all these things. Such a committee did visit on 18/3/2026. Lot of things happened before the committee came, lot of things happened on the day of committee came, lot of things happened after what the committee came, and I have been seeing lot of news in YouTube, in newspaper articles. There are a lot of misinformations. I was present in every moment of this case, either online or physically. I have been actively participating in endeavors that would protect this temple. So let me say what is the reality. Let people hear them out and let people realize we aren't safe even now. There is still threat to this temple. The threat has not gone. We have to be vigilant every second, every minute, every breath to safeguard our interest, to safeguard our dharma kendras, our headquarters of our dharma shastra, headquarters of our dharma. We have a responsibility to give it to the next generation, and in order to do it, order to achieve this, we have to be vigilant every second. Our duty is not done. Our duty is still there to preserve this temple. So please do hear me out. I'll summarize what has happened. On 18th, the committee came. A notification was pasted in the notice board of the Varadharaja Swami temple some 4 or 5 days before 13th or 14th, in Tamil, saying that the committee is coming on 18th on 2 p.m. What did the High Court order say? The High Court order explicitly says that a prominent notice should be made inside the temple and also outside the temple, such that people outside the temple could see this and they could come when the committee is coming. Such a notice was not even placed. No such a prominent notice was placed outside the temple. Only inside the temple, a small notice board. Small notice board has a small letter, A4 size sheet letter, only in Tamil. This temple attracts devotees from various languages all over the world, speaking many languages. At least an additional English letter should be placed. If not in every language that is possible, at least Hindi, Telugu, Kannada, Malayalam, these should be placed. Such a notice was not placed. This was their first fault. The High Court did say a prominent notice should be placed outside the temple. Nothing has happened. No prominent notice was placed outside the temple at all. Even inside temple, it had all these flaws, including saying an audacious claim, saying this temple is administered by or in control of Hindu HRNCE. I will come to that part later probably in another video, where how HRNCE has been sitting in this temple by fraud. I'll come to it later. Such an audacious claim has been made for the first time in the history of this temple. No such notifications has happened previously. This is the first time where they claim that this temple belongs to HRNC's control. Okay, that said, the committee did come on 18th. When did they come? They were supposed to come at 2 p.m. The petitioner, the petitioner's lawyer, they came probably around 1 o'clock to the temple. Almost 200 to 250 people of various places from 40-50 kilometers across, all around Kanchipuram, almost 250 to 300 common people who belong to other Hindu outfits like BJP, RSS, VHP, representatives of greater Pitas, of various matas. They were here. They were here around 1 to 1:30. So such that 2 o'clock these people will come. Let's start discussing. When did that committee arrive? 3:30. Almost 1.5 hours late. On a working day, common bhaktas has to leave their career, leave their work, which places food in their table. Whatever they do for their living, they have to leave on a working day during working hours. Almost close to 300 people. They came for their bhakti towards Lord. Probably half an hour before this committee comes, around 1:30 p.m. and this committee comes on 3:30. The people were angry, of course angry. Such a destruction has been happening, and their time has been not given its due respect. The committee did come. Okay, the committee comes, and who was in the committee? The High Court explicitly says a serving archaeology expert from State Archaeology Department should be a part of committee, compulsory. When the petitioner's lawyer questioned whether you are a serving archaeology member, the committee just said, we are not, we are retired people. Then an Agama expert is supposed to be present there. Who was the Agama expert that was shown? The very own Archaka of this temple, who is hand in hand with the HRNC department, supporting them even by going to the court. They have filed an affidavit. They have physically went during the hearing. They have been in the support of the HRNC department, who have been carrying out all these things. Who is not supporting only, who is supporting very explicitly, who is an active member of, who was showing active participation in the support of HRNC. The same person who has bias is sitting as an Agama expert. I'm very doubtful if he even knows to write the word Agama in Sanskrita. I'm very doubtful. I have been seeing these persons for the last 15-20 years living in Kanchipuram. I am very doubtful whether they have necessary qualifications. It is my doubt. I will doubt. The destruction is for my temple. I have every right to doubt every person that is coming in. I show no disrespect. Doubting is not disrespecting, but I am doubtful. I'm even pretty sure that they can write the word Agama in Sanskrita. They can say Agama Shabda, like Ramaha Ramau Ramaha, Ramam Ramau Ramaha. Raman, Ramena, Ramabhyam, Ramaihi. This is the ABCD of any Sanskrit learner. Agamas are in Sanskrita. Any Sanskrita learner starts with this Rama Shabda, Akarantaha, Pumlingaha, Rama Shabdaha, Ramaha, Ramo, Ramaha. I am very doubtful whether this person even knows Rama Shabda, can recite Rama Shabda fluently. At least even by seeing the Rama Shabda in Sanskrita, I am very doubtful. Such a person who has clearly bias is placed as an Agama expert. The High Court order has been clearly violated. The High Court order had only 2 points which emphasized. What are the 2 points? There should be a serving archaeology member and there should be an Agama expert. Both were in present. People are very angry. People started talking that their time has been wasted. They have been disrespected. There was no formal introduction. There was no professionalism. There was no apology. There was no nothing. They just started the meeting, and only when the petitioners questioned, they started saying that, oh, I am a retired member, I am a Archaka of this temple, I am the Agama expert in the committee. All these things came not voluntarily, only when the petitioner's lawyer started questioning. If they haven't questioned, we would have got a report probably that is biased. People were very angry. People were gathering. Certain people were giving their representation, saying, please take our representation and do something. All things that were crazy were happening on that day. Then the set committee, they even though they had no complaints to the High Court order, they went into the temple and they started surveying. Let them do. I don't know. There is no one. I mean, we don't have a problem they surveying at all. They can just go as a bhakta, as a common bhakta, they can go and see whatever that is happening. So then when the petitioner says that you are not the committee which the High Court ordained, with the High Court expected, we won't give our representations to you. The formal representations of the committee of the petitioners, the formal representation of lot of Mathadipatis who has sent their representatives to give their letters, they have been not given to this committee because this committee is not what the High Court expected to visit the temple, and they themselves agreed that we are not the committee, we are not the qualified committee that High Court has ordered. So we will decide another date where we expect the qualified committee to come in and to do the survey and to get the opinions from the public. So this is what that has happened then. There is one major concern as a bhakta which I expect people to follow, to stick to when the committee comes again. We expect the committee to come again. We expect the committee will have an serving archaeology expert and a real Agama expert. When the committee comes again, the chaos that happened this time shouldn't happen next time. We should be able to represent our opinions, voice out our opinions in a very organized manner. Whatever that has happened now was not organized. People started talking out of their frustration that they have been made to wait for so long, and a committee which was not qualified came in. Chalo, let us give the benefit of doubt to them. Let's say a real committee comes in. When the real committee comes in, what should we be doing? This is my humble request. This is my humble thought process. Please hear me out. When the committee comes in, let the petitioner's lawyer first enter. Let them in private scrutinize the committee. Let them ask what the committee's qualification is, who are all sitting in the committee, what are all their names, what are their qualifications. Let them all scrutinize it. Once that scrutiny is done, they will give their representation, number one. Then let us all allow the representatives of great Peethadipatis to enter. Let these representatives give of great Peethas, of great Acharya Paramparas. They are our religious leaders. Let them go in. Let those representatives submit the opinions of great Peethadipatis, let those be submitted. Then let the organizations, Hindu organizations like BJP, RSS, Hindu Munnani, VHP, with their representatives, probably a lawyer team, let them enter, let them give their opinions. Then in a very organized fashion, in a very structured way, let the common public go. Let, if it is in written, let them give that in written. If they are trying to voice out, let them voice out. Whatever that has to happen, let it happen in a very organized manner. Such a thing hasn't happened this time. I understand the frustration. I understand we have been cheated, we have been disrespected. The High Court order wasn't in compliance for whatever reasons. I suspect a great conspiracy behind this. That said, that is my personal opinion. I don't want to voice it out in the public now. Once I prove this conspiracy, obviously with all proofs, that it will be voiced out. Let me not say that now. So when the committee comes next time, let these bhaktas organize themselves in these fashions, and let us act in a very organized manner. The HRNC department, they have officers from IAS to group 1 officers to group 2 officers. There is a structure, there is an organization. We Hindus, we need to organize ourselves, at least during these times. They are our opponents, there is no doubt about it, and unfortunately they are in a position to decide what should happen in a temple. There is a great what do you say, there is a great volatile situation we are being put in. I understand it, but this is a chance which has been given by the High Court. This chance should be optimally used as much as possible. To do that, let us be organized, let us have a setup, let us follow this such a coordinated effort. Let us give our opinions, let us voice our opinions on such a way. Then we have a chance that we have our voices may be heard, will be heard, I am not sure. It may be heard, and I am giving this benefit of doubt only because an High Court sits behind. If it is not heard, then we'll again reach courts to try such that the courts hear it out, and there is probably a justice being served to us. So please, let us get organized, let there be this structure, let the petitioners, lawyers go in, let them scrutinize the committee, then with their approvals let the Mathadipatis and their representatives go in, then let the Hindu organizations with their lawyer team go in, then the common bhaktas can go in and voice out their individual opinions. So this is my observation, this is my request. The struggle isn't over. We have our duty to be done. There is a chance that we do our duty. So let us get organized, let us serve our Lord. Jai Shri Ram, Bharat Mata ki Jai.